Okay. Today's daf is daf Nun Dalit. We're going to begin on the bottom of Nun Gimel Amud Beis Amar Rav. Okay, so now we're discussing yesterday the different reasons. Started getting into Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda in regards to the Chemini Kul Shulchani or Chemini Balabayas. So Amar Rav says, Chazarna al Kol Astadim Shel Rabbi Meir. We reviewed Amar Rav. Chazarna al Kol Astadim Shel Rabbi Meir. We reviewed all the opinions, all the angles of Rabbi Meir. In other words, we examined all Rabbi Meir's halachas with regards to hektish, and he says that we did not find that he holds in regards to hektish, the property that it could become, that if somebody is, when it comes to being mischalel or something being moil in hektish b'shegeg, we didn't find that the mayor holds ein mischalel, that it's not, doesn't become chalol. And b'mezid, we did not find that when it comes to b'mezid and mischalel, we didn't find that if somebody's male intentionally, that the thing becomes chalol now, becomes ois hektish. Now, no, but I'm not saying it. No, we didn't find it. In other words, yesterday we were saying that Shittas Meir's that by hektish b'shegeg in mischal and b'mezid mischal. He says we didn't find it. Chazana called Stan Shamer. We didn't find it. Now, of Mishnah Seinu bekostna. So in our Mishnah, which is mashra that a mayor holds, that b'shegeg in mischal b'mezid mischal. So he said Mishnah Seinu. And in regards to our Mishnah, which is mashma that a mayor does hold, that it shouldn't be understood that a mayor's opinion is with regards to hektish property in general, but because we're talking about a case where a kohen was mikadesh a woman using it was kostas kohen. In other words, it was a tunic that belonged to the kohen, and shalei balo, it was not worn out, which means it could still be worn in the Beis Hamikdash by the Avedo. So now, if a kohen was mekadesh a woman with such garments, the mayor holds that if he did so b'shegeg, so then she's not mekodeshes. Why? Because since clothes of this kind are not mischal, and they don't become hers. Now, but because since they were initially given on condition that the kohen may benefit from them, even when he's not performing, when he has the kostas kona. So they give it to him the chatchila that he can benefit from them even when he's not performing in the Avodah in the Beis Hamikdash. Why? If they should give him the Torah Malchasher, it's a famous thing. Torah was not given to Malchasher, so it's impossible for a kohen to wear the begadim only when he's serving the Beis Hamikdash. So therefore, these begadim are mischalo only if he does it. It will be kavana only if it does it b'mezid. But if it's b'shegeg, then in the mischal. Okay, now as the Gemara says, Tashma come, I'm going to bring a shaila on Rav's statement. Now, what does it say? Kostas kohen shabalu moelim behevet. With regards to a kohen's tunic, that shabalu that was worn out. So the halacha is that if a person is moel, he misuses hektish. If he misuses the property that was makdish to hektish by using them. So the halacha is meilim be'er, dividend meir. This could be mkartin. Oh, so what do we say for my law? I feel like bolo. The halacha is that even if and not worn out, and the Tana wants to teach an additional halacha that it's still over even after they're no longer fit for use. So the chayna we see it's shaila and meir. It's where it says like. This is dafke bolo dafke, specifically dafke when the garments that are worn out. Since these cannot be used by the kohanim, the permission to use them for non-hektish purposes basically lapses, and they're like any other hektish property that the halachas of mila do apply. What do they use it for? The bow. What do they use it? Well, as a hat or anything.
Shortcut.
Yeah. So what do they use it for? They can use it for anything. Meaning once.
It has no hektish sheets.
Or for themselves, they want to go in just wear a shirt. So, okay, Tashma now the Gemara says brings another shaila with the way that the mayor explained shots. Now, what does it say? Moyalim b'chadatzin v'imoyalim batikin. One is chayav for meila by property which is matish the Beis Hamikdash by using new shkalit. In other words, those given this year, which are used to purchase animals for the year's karbonis. So the Allah is Meilim Bechadatin, that a person is chayiv for Me'ilah if it's that year's money, but one is not chayiv for Me'ilah by property which is makdish to the Beis HaMikdash by using old shkalim. In other words, let's say those who failed to give the half a shekel the previous year, so these old shkalim are not used to purchase the karbonis anymore, but they're used for the bedek habayis. So the halacha is meilim bechadatin. So chadatin you are meilim and meilim batik. And Rabbi Meir, no, Rabbi sorry. Meir says no. Meilim afatikin. One is chayav for me'ilah by hektish, even by using old shkalim. Why should the Meir? And the Meir says meilim b'shari alishka. The Meir holds that one is chayav for me'ilah by using money designated to purchase karbonis, but even when the remainder was for the lishka. In other words, the money that remained in the lishka after money was taken to purchase the animals used for karbonis tzibur. So the Allah is that according to the Meir, meilim b'shari lishka. So the
Me'ilah is not by bedek habayis; it's all by cut.
Yeah. So Fred, yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do with the leftover money. They would use it for the bedek habayis. So the question is, why should one be chayav for using old shkalim? Nema, let us say the same svara. Being that they were initially given a condition that people may benefit from them, why the because Torah is not given to Malchi Hasharis, and people cannot help themselves, but they want to benefit from it. Why? So we know that the wall of the city and its towers come from the remainder of the lishka. The Tanah, we learned in the Mishnah in Shkalim, when it comes to the walls of the city and its towers, and all the requirements of the city of Yerushalayim come from the remainder of the lishka. In other words, it's not possible for people that are passing by to avoid benefiting from the shade provided by the walls of the city. So what do we see? So why not say the serious matter that you shouldn't be chayav? Why? Because
we don't say that this wall is owned by the Beis HaMikdash.
Why not? So why not? By using the wall for the shade. So the Gemara answers and says,
so the reference to us that you give money in the Kaddish because it's funny, then take it, and then it should be called the Kidushin.
Right, because exactly. So the Gemara answers and says, don't say that one is chayav for me'ilah by using money for the remainder of the lishka. Ella Ima, in other words, don't say it's from Meir. Rather, who is it? Ella Ima, this is Shittas of Rabbi Yehuda. You have to amend the Mishnah. I'd say this is the opinion of Meir. Yeah. Now, the Gemara says, Tashma, the Tanya Rabbi Shmuel Bar Yitzchak, he says, Ad Yerushalayim Shenoshtem Reilim Bahem, with regards to the stones or the walls and towers of Yerushalayim that fell, so Allah is one is chayav from Me'ilah by using them. Dividend Meir, this is the words of the Meir. It's mashal according to the Meir. The use of even such stones, one is chayav, despite the fact that it's not possible for people to avoid from Avnei Yerushalayim that fell. It's not chayav for a person to avoid benefiting from them. So we see that Meilim Bahem. Versus like Tim and Meir again, right there. The first thing about it, Rabbi Yehuda. This is Rabbi Yehuda. Laimi Mekachi, according to Rabbi Yehuda, is Yerushalayim considered hektish? But we learned in the Mishnah Darim. Kadirim means if one says that the item shall be a hektish like a lamb of the carbon tumid, or ka eitzim, like the animals designated as karbonis.
It's like a deer. Would he put it?
A lamb. Sorry. I skipped the word. Ti'imra. Sorry, I skipped the word. Ti'imra is like a lamb of the carbon tumid, or kadirim, like the animals designated as karbonis and kept in a kadirim, it's like a special enclosure. Yeah.
Pen.
Yeah, the pen, the enclosure.
4 days before they had the...
Right, we just had it, yeah. With the files, it was in the Rambam and the Daf Yomi that day, if you remember. If you
Lenik in Daf Yomi.
Yeah. That's dumb. It was in Jeddah. I mean,
Ki
Imra, fine. So the Imra like a lamb, or Ki Imra like enclosures, or Kadirim like the wood of the carbon of the Mizbeach. Ki Ishim like the fires of the Mizbeach. Ka Mizbeach like the Mizbeach, Ki Yerushalayim, like Yerushalayim. If a person makes a neder, and he's also to derive benefit from the item, as he has compared it to something like hektish. Now, which means that the neder creating an isser in the statement that a certain item shall be like hektish. Now, one second. So, Kiyim Kedirim Geis Mishlam Geis comes back to Yerushalayim. Rabbi Yehuda says, Kol Em Yerushalayim Le'emer Klum. If a person says Yerushalayim, so what does this see from me? That Rabbi Yehuda holds that Yerushalayim is not hektish. So how could you say, Gemara says, if you're going to say that Rabbi Yehuda's reason holds that he didn't say Ki Yerushalayim, but Rabbi Yehuda Kol Em Ki Yerushalayim Klum An She'eder B'davar Kol Rabbi Yerushalayim. Rabbi Yehuda says clearly that he has to vow by comparing the item to an item that is mamish sacrificed to Yerushalayim. So you also Yerushalayim itself is not hektish. My answer is, today Tanai, really it's machlekes between two Tanaim, and they disagree what the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda is concerning whether he holds that Yerushalayim itself was sanctified enough. Mary says that hektish b'mezid, that if he was makdish property b'mezid, hektish b'mezid is miskal b'shegin and miskal. Now, and he said, they said that the hektish that is moil b'shegin is not miskal only in regards to a carbon. In other words, a person who was moil is chayav to bring a carbon chatas, but the property remains, even though he has to bring a carbon, the property still remains hektish. Now, Shumar asks, but since it's not miskala carbon by mechayev, so why is he chayev if it's still it retains the hektish? So why does he bring up carbon? So he says Ella ki asad avim punishment from midar papa. He says the hektish remains in miskala, b'shegin miskala, b'shegin miskala, and nafsil bavad. And they said that one is chayev from ila only by regard to eating. If a person ate hektish and he ate it completely, he's a chayev for bringing a carbon. But if it was only male in the money, so then it retains its Kidushin. It's not miskalo, and he's not chayav to bring with carbon.
That's because it's still in existence.
Yeah, because he didn't win it. Okay, Amar Nachman Amar Avad Barava. Halachah Meir b'Meiser Hayul Stam Lon Kavasei. The halacha is according to the opinion of Meir with regards to Meiser Sheni that it's considered hektish, as the Tana taught that the Stam Mishnah is according to his opinion. And the halacha is in accordance to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda with regards to hektish property, as the Tana taught us this Mishnah according to his opinion. So the Gemara now clarifies the statement. Now we had a Stam Mishnah that is according with the opinion of Rameir with regards to Meiser Sheni. Where do you see that? What's this Mishnah? Now the halacha is it's also to eat or derive benefit from, as we know, from fruit during the first years, arla, after the tree is planting. Now the fruit of the fourth year, which is the Shnas Revi, that is taken to the Yerushalayim and eaten there. Now, so the Tanan, now with regards to Kedem Rivoy, with regards to the vineyard in its fourth year, so it's a machlekes. Rishama says it does not have the halacha of adding a fifth. In other words, if the owner himself, we know, is paid to the fruit to bring the money to the Yerushalayim to spend to buy food over there, as one does so with Meiser Sheni. Whenever a person is paid to Meiser Sheni, she has to add a chaimish. So in regards to Kenan Revai, according to Mishama, and the really beer. First of all, he does not have to add a fifth to his value, but redeems it for its true value. And also, it doesn't have the halacha of beer, of disposal. In other words, there's no obligation
in the third year
to dispose on Erev Pesach on the fourth year of Shemitah. With all the ma'asos that have not been separated, the halacha is that there's a beer Erev Pesach, and in regards to Kenan Revai, there's no beer according to Beis Shammai. So there's no chaimish, there's no beer. Silla says no. In regards to Kenan Revai, Yesh Loi, it does have the halacha of adding a fifth and the halacha of beer.
So it mirrors Meiser Sheni.
It mirrors Meiser Sheni according to Beis. Now the Mishnah continues. Beis Shammai says Yesh Loi Peret, Yesh Loi Ilis. It has the mitzvah requiring the owner of the kedem to leave, as we know, the individual following grapes to the ani. So that's peret, right? And that's peret, and it also has the mitzvah to the elis incomplete. When you have the incomplete form clusters of grapes, so it also you have to leave it to the ani. Why? Because since the vineyard is considered the owner's property during this year, he has to leave the gifts for the poor. Now, Beis says no. Kula lagas. Beis says all it goes to the wine press to make wine. Since the grapes have a kedusha, he's not obligated to leave it for the gifts for the poor. Yeah, the Gemara says, my time of the Beis Hillel. What's the reason of Beis Hillel? Gomre Kidushin Meiser. He learns Shava of Kiddush from Meiser. Ma Meiser is the Chemish to beer. Just like Kiddush by Meiser is the Chemish and beer, Afkan Nebai is the Chemish to beer. Beis Hillel Gomre Kiddush Meiser. It doesn't have to say a Shava. So the Gemara now wants to clarify the opinion of Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai with regards to the obligation to leave Peret and Eilis in the Shnas and Ravim. Beis Hillel Aimim K'Meiser. Beis Hillel Aimim K'Meiser. It's like Meiser K'Masri Elu. So the question is, and according to whose opinion do they hold with regards to Meiser Sheni? If he holds the Rabbi Yehuda, Michael Legas. So why does the Meiser Sheni go to the wine press? Why does it go to the gas? So I'm Meiser Momin Heti too. Rabbi Yehuda holds that Meiser Sheni it's regular money. It's not kedusha. And the owner must therefore leave the Chiddush. So therefore, if it's not hektish, so then the owner has to leave Peret and Eilis. Elolav, rather, the Chiddush in the case is not the case that he holds, and according to the opinion of Rameir, who says the Meiser Sheni is hektish. So the Mishnah now is aligning the opinion of Beis Hillel with the opinion of Rameir. And Rameir is, as we know, the halacha is always like Beis Hillel. Okay, so now the Gemara continues with the explanation of Rav Nachman. Rabbi Yehuda back to Shmai. When we see the Stam Mishnah, unattributed Mishnah, according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, with regards to hektish. The Tanah we learned in the Mishnah. Now, in a case of a person who sent a shliach to buy something on his behalf, and by mistake, the Mishalim gave him we had this case already once, that he gave him hektish money to use. So the halacha is, if he sent a bikeh, he sent a competent person, and remember that it was hektish money before the shliach reached the chemini, the storekeeper. So what's the din?
And he remembered.
The balabas remembered, right? So chemini mol appreciates it. So the chemini will have the mole hektish when he will later spend the money. No. So what do we see from here? That a person is chayiv for being moil b'hektish even when it's b'shegig, because the storekeeper didn't know.
No, the shliach.
No, but the chenbeni is chayiv for mila. Why is the chenbeni? The chenbeni, yeah, chenbeni moil appreciates. When he spends the money, he's chayiv. Oh, so when I ask, yeah, Rabbi Yehuda b'meiser mila tanan. But then we learned that the Stam Mishnah is according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. In regards to Meiser Sheni about Tanan, but we could Rabbi Yehuda b'Meiser Miloi Tanan. Then we learned about Tanan. We learned that Taped Meiser Sheni Shalei, the person who redeems his Meiser Sheni, Meiser V'lo Chamishasa, he has to add a fifth. Bei Mishalei Ben Mishli Delei b'Matana. Whether the Meiser was from his crop or was given to him as a Matana. So the Gemara now clarifies money, and according to whose opinion is the Mishnah? Either Meir, if we say it's according to the opinion of Meir. Can a person give Meiser Sheni to another person as a gift? But then you say the Meiser Mammon Gaveh, the Meiser Sheni belongs to Gaveh, which means that a person is not allowed to give it as a gift. Rabbi Yehuda rather is, and according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, who holds that Meiser Sheni is Kulin, and therefore, right, and therefore this Mishnah is according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. So what comes out that this Mishnah is in accordance to Rabbi Yehuda with regards to Meiser Sheni. The Gemara says, like, no. What are we dealing with over here? It's not a situation where one gave Meiser Sheni as a gift, but where he gave his entire crop in a state of being tevel. So the portion he gave him included basically Meiser, that gave him food that has not been separated. He holds a matanish hormu. He holds that gifts that are not been separated are not considered as though they have been separated. In other words, one does not categorize tevel as tevel produce as a mixture of regular produce, but as it's not considered hektish. Since Meiser Sheni is not since the Meiser Sheni has not been separated, basically this produce has no kedusha and can be given as a gift. The Gemara now continues. Tashma
never becomes Meiser Sheni until you separate it.
Yeah, according to this opinion. Now Tashma come, you bring a raya from we said this. It's regard to the person who redeems his own netter invoi. So the din is meisel lo chamishos, he adds a fifth. Whether the produce was from his crop or whether it's given as a gift. So the Gemara says, "Mani again. According to whose opinion is the Mishnah? If it's a mayor, can one give his produce of net of fourth year as a gift?" Well, it just says that you can't give it as a gift. It has Allah Rabbi Yehuda. So it must be Rabbi Yehuda. The Gemara says again, no. It means
not right.
He gave in a situation where one gave it's fully grown the fourth year, but he gave it to him. He gave him the fruit when it was like smadar is like a bud. It was a bud, like Rabbi Yossi, and this is not according to the opinion of Rabbi Yossi. The Omar, he says smadar, a bud of a fruit that's usher. It's usher as orla. Why? Because according to him, it considers a fruit. The mayor holds that a fruit bud is not considered a fruit. Therefore, the halacha of orla. And the fourth year fruit apply only to fruit that is grown, whereas before it could be given as a gift. Tashma, another thing coming, Raya, with the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. The Mashachim and Amaisa Besela, they say, Ashram B'Shtayim. If one was selling Meiser Sheni, and the buyer pulled Meiser, Mashachim and Amaisa, he pulled the Meiser worth of a seller from him, and he acquired it, and he did not manage to redeem it until its value was at 2 seller, and he didn't pay the seller. So what's the din? Nice seller, or mistaker beseller, or meiser sheni shalei. So the din is like this: or the buyer gives the seller to the seller, and he gains the seller, and the second meiser is his, since he acquired it when he pulled it, and the price was fixed at that point. So the Gemara says again, mani who's like either the mayor, if it goes according to the mayor, and my mistaker beseller. So why does the buyer gain a seller? The Torah says that he will give the money, it will be his, which is mashma. One acquires hektish only after paying money, which means that the value of the meiser sheni increased before he acquired it. Allah Rabbi Yehuda, must be Rabbi Yehuda. Or it says Rabbi Yehuda, the MS, you're right, it is a Rabbi Yehuda. Nevertheless, from Nachman says that the halacha with regards to meiser sheni is according with the mayor is correct. And here there's one stam mishnah that is according to Rabbi Yehuda. Well, there's two mishnayos that are mash the Basil's opinion is according to the opinion of the mayor, which is in Meiser Sheni, and one in Sefta Edius. The Gemara asked, but if there's a stam mishnah, it stated Mali Chad Stam Mali Trei Stam. If there's a stam mishnah that way, specifically teach the halacha, what difference is there to me if there's one stam or two stam? It says, Amar Nachman Bar Yisrael halacha of the mayor Hayol Tanan b'chidasa kavasi. The halacha is, and according to the opinion of the mayor, it says Shulein in the Mishnah, according to his opinion. In other words, since the halacha is ruled in accordance with all the Mishnayos and Idiyas, the fact that the opinion of Batulo in that Masechta is in accordance with the opinion of the mayor means that the halacha should be decided like him. Okay, stop here.